Come here. Sit with me. Are you okay? What's wrong? Have you ever had one of those days when people will ask you that question because your energy is off and you just don't have an answer to that question because you don't know what's wrong? You just know you're not feeling 100%. You just know that you're not giving off your best to the world, right? You're not feeling great within yourself. And when you don't have that good energy to even give to yourself, how are you going to give that off to other people? Correct. Well, I've had days like those, and I actually just had a morning like that today. And one of the things that I realized was, for one, I don't want to be around people when that happens. And it's not a good feeling. It's actually a pretty shitty feeling when you just don't know what's wrong. And two, I always talk about this, how important it is to journal. I have not journaled in a while. I have not had a chance. I don't want to say I had a chance. I feel like I've slacked off on it to get my thoughts out and organize them. And I've kind of sort of let go of taking care of my garden, of my mind, and potentially allowing weeds to grow in. A big part of that for me, a big part of tending to my garden is journaling and just getting my thoughts written down and actually seeing, hey, maybe this is what's going on. This is what I have on my mind. So I took the time to journal today. And for one of the things that I wrote down, I won't share everything, obviously, because a lot of it is personal, but just knowing that not every day is going to be great, right? Being a positive person doesn't mean that every day is going to be amazing. Yeah. Being a happy person doesn't mean you're going to be happy all the time. I believe there's such thing as toxic positivity and toxic happiness, because one thing is genuinely being happy within yourself, for yourself, and then radiating that out onto the world. And I also believe that another thing is when you're faking your happiness for the sake of other people believing that you're happy. And I feel that as I've aged, to me, it's become so much more important to actually, truly, genuinely be happy than what other people think about me. Because at the end of the day, it's not about, I heard somebody say it on YouTube, and I will write down her name or link it down below. But I heard her say, it's not about how other people perceive you. It's about how you perceive yourself. And that is so true. You can put on a front, you can put on a fake smile, and people might perceive you as happy. But the real question is, how do you feel? Right? What are you doing for yourself? Do you look at yourself in the mirror? Are you happy? Right? When you sit by yourself, are you at peace? So these are all things that we need to take into consideration, right? It's more about yourself. And I had realized that I wasn't putting in the work for myself. And today was one of those days when I just felt like my cup was kind of emptying out and I just needed me time and I needed to be alone. So it's really important to understand that not every day is going to be great. I had made a video a while ago and it was like from healing to healed. And yes, at that point I was feeling a lot better from a lot of things that happened in the past. But from then to now, I feel like I'm such a better version of myself than I was then. And I'm so proud of myself, but that also doesn't mean that every day will be perfect, right? And you have to put in that work for yourself. So I decided to journal. And through my journaling, I was able to really write things down and really dig deep into my mind. And a lot of people will tell me, like, okay, but what do I journal about? What am I supposed to talk about? Whatever comes to mind. I literally have times when I sit there and I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about today. But if you stop BSing yourself, there's always something. There's always something in the back of your mind potentially bothering you. And I've gone through things in the recent past where it's like things build up. And now I don't know if you've heard, like, no matter how light something is, the longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. And I feel like that's what I've been going through, where it's like it's little things here and there that build up and they just weigh on you. So I had to literally just like talk to myself, write things out, and be able to put my thoughts into order. And when I tell you that I feel so much better right now because of it, it's the truth. Now, does it hurt to get into your feelings and actually see what's going on? Does it hurt to analyze your thoughts and your feelings and try to get that out? Yes, it's not easy whatsoever. But if you ever feel like, hey, today's just not all that great, I'm not sure what's going on, take your time for yourself, right? Be there for yourself. You can be there for people all the time. If you're not feeling 100%, that is okay. Not every day is perfect. Not every day you have to put on a smile. Not every day you need to go out and be in front of people and fake happiness, right? If you're not feeling it, I feel like it's a lot more important to work on yourself to actually genuinely produce that feeling for yourself rather than fake it for others. And yes, it takes a lot of self accountability to know, like, hey, I'm not feeling all that great today. Let me just step back and be on my own by myself and do the things that I feel recharge my battery. Ask yourself this: how often do you worry about your cell phone's battery, right? And every night or whenever your battery is draining, you're like, let me charge it. Let me charge my battery. Let me charge my phone because I need it. Now, quick question: do you need your phone more or do you need yourself more? How often are you recharging your own battery? How often are you pulling those weeds from your garden? How often are you doing the work for yourself to just clear your mind? It's so important. And keep in mind that none of us are perfect. We're not perfect whatsoever. We are so incredibly imperfect. And I actually wrote that down in my journal today. And I was like, I'm not perfect at all. I have so many flaws, so many things that I could beat myself up about. But I won't because I'm imperfect. I'm human. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. And a lot of people say parenthood doesn't come with instructions. No, no, no. Life doesn't come with instructions at all. So don't beat yourself up when you're not feeling 100%. Don't beat yourself up when you're not the best version of yourself at that moment or on that day. Take time to recharge yourself. You need you. You're always expected to put on a good face when you go out in front of people. But what good is that if you come home and you're not happy? What good is that when you're laying in bed by yourself, or even if you're with someone? At the end of the day, you are with you in your own mind. You're the one person that you live every single day of your life with. You have to make sure that that relationship is good, because if not, how can you expect good relationships with people on the outside? And believe me, relationships are not easy. The most important relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself. So if you're having one of those days when you're just not feeling all that great, you're not feeling yourself, you're feeling a little down, you're judging yourself, you're doing that negative self-talk, take a step back, look at yourself, journal if that's what you need to do. Get therapy if that's what you need. Whatever you need to do for yourself, do that. It's not every day. That's a good thing. But if you are going through this every day, then that just means that you have a lot more to do for yourself, right? No one's going to do these things for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to recognize this for yourself. Friends don't owe you. Nobody owes you. You owe you. People will do for you if they want to do, but you have to do for you. But I will always be here. If you ever need anything, feel free to go down on those comments, DM me, whatever it is. Make sure you follow your girl and just know. That's why I've always wanted to build this platform, so that you're not alone. We're all human. We're all, like I said, we're all imperfect. We all have flaws. We're highly flawed. But you're not alone. And sometimes we feel so alone in what we're going through. But you're not the only one. We're all together in that. We're all going through these things that we have no idea how to navigate through. But you got this. Don't give up on yourself. Don't over criticize yourself. Don't put yourself down. Lift yourself up. If no one else in this world, do it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. And you got to keep it going. Yeah? You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be just fine. Take care of yourself.